Welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here because honestly, we're about to completely rewire how you handle the single most important day of the month. We're going to walk through a really simple step-by-step routine that practically transforms Payday from a mindless spending spree into a literal wealth-building machine. So if you've ever felt like your money just evaporates into thin air the very second you get paid, trust me, you are in exactly the right place. So 30%. It's a pretty staggering number, right? But it's true. A full 30% of the average paycheck vanishes within just 48 hours. And you know what the craziest part is? Most people don't even realize it's happening. It's not because they're inherently bad with money or reckless. It's simply because they don't have a concrete plan for that exact moment the direct deposit hits their account. To fix that, we're following a really structured roadmap today. 1. The payday trap. 2. Pay yourself first. 3. The 3-bucket system. 4. Automate your willpower. 5. Invest to grow. And 6. A new wealth mindset. I promise you, by the end of this explainer, you're going to have the exact 4-step system the wealthy use to completely automate their financial future. All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the payday trap, why your paycheck disappears. There's this massive natural psychological trap we all fall into when that bank notification pops up on our phones. For most of us, payday triggers this huge sigh of relief, right? It feels like permission to finally go out to dinner, celebrate a little, maybe buy a few things we probably don't even need. But the wealthy, they view this entirely differently. For them, payday is a day to build, not a day to spend. It's a vital opportunity to buy their freedom, to buy independence, and to move just one step closer to ultimate financial security. Which brings us nicely to section 2, pay yourself first, the non-negotiable first step. Okay, so the traditional sequence we're all taught is dangerously simple, but it's flawed. It goes get paid, pay your bills, and then try to save whatever leftovers you have. The big problem there are rarely any leftovers. When you do it this way, you're literally telling your own brain that you are the absolute last priority, way behind your landlord, the utility company, and the credit card issuer. But the wealthy sequence flips this whole shebang around. Get paid, save first, then pay bills. By doing this, you send a super powerful signal to yourself that you are important and your future actually matters. And that brings us to your very first action step, the 10 to 20% rule. The very moment you get paid, I want you to transfer money directly into a completely separate savings account. Ideally, we're talking 10 to 20% of your paycheck, and this is crucial, it must happen before you pay a single bill. Now, if 10% feels totally impossible right now, hey, that is completely fine. Start with whatever you can, even if it's just $50. You just need to make it a non-negotiable signal to your brain that your financial future comes first. So how do we organize whatever is left? Let's get into section 3, the 3-bucket system, simplifying your budget. We are completely tossing out that overly complex 50-30-20 rule you've probably heard a million times. Instead, every single dollar just goes into one of 3 buckets. First up, essentials. These are your absolute non-negotiables for survival: rent, groceries, utilities. Second is your future. This is where the magic of wealth building happens, your savings and investments. And third, life. This is the fun stuff: dining out, shopping, maybe some travel. But the golden rule here is that your life bucket only gets whatever money remains after your essentials and your future are fully, completely funded. Now, I want to pause here for a second and speak with complete candor. If buckets 1 and 2, your essentials and your future, completely drain your bank account and leave you absolutely nothing to live on, you don't actually have a budgeting problem. You have an income problem. I know, it's a really tough pill to swallow, but it's a totally different conversation. You honestly cannot budget your way out of simply not making enough to survive. If that's where you're at right now, the focus has got to shift toward finding ways to increase your earning power. All right, moving right along to section 4, automate your willpower, systems over discipline. Let me just say it, willpower is totally overrated. If you're constantly beating yourself up because you can't seem to force yourself to save every month, just stop. Relying on human discipline almost always fails. And why? Because willpower gets exhausted. It literally runs out by like 3 p.m. And by 8 p.m., you're exhausted, you're stressed, and you're ordering takeout on a high-interest credit card. The rich do not possess superhuman discipline. They just don't. What the wealthy rely on instead is pure automation. We're talking about setting up automatic transfers the very day after payday. That way, your savings are moved, your investments are bought, and your bills are paid instantly. You completely remove human error and the temptation to spend right out of the equation. Once the system runs, whatever is left over is yours to live on totally guilt-free. You don't have to think about it, you just get to live. And that flows perfectly into Section 5, Invest to Grow, Accelerating Your Wealth. The math behind this next part is just incredible. We aren't just talking about stuffing cash under a mattress here. We're systematically investing in assets that actually compound. Think about it. If you invest just $100 a month, which, by the way, is only $3.33 a day, in a simple index fund returning about 8%, it just explodes over time. After 10 years, you've got $18,000. At 20 years, $57,000. And after 30 years, $150,000. All from skipping what? One coffee a day? Now, if seeing $100 a month stresses you out, take a deep breath. It is really not about the amount. It is about the habit and the time. If you only have $20 a month to spare, invest the $20. It's that consistent habit of investing paired with a long time frame that builds real generational wealth. Just start somewhere and let the system work for you in the background. Bring us home to our final section today, Section 6, A New Wealth Mindset, Your Payday Blueprint. Let's lock this into your memory right now, so you know exactly what to do the second your very next paycheck arrives. Here are the 4 steps. Step 1, pay yourself first, a minimum of 10 to 20% right off the top. Step 2, split the rest of your money into your 3 buckets: essentials, future, and life. Step 3, automate absolutely everything so you never have to rely on your willpower again. And step 4, invest the rest systematically to let time and compounding do the heavy lifting for you. So I want to leave you with a final, really powerful question to think about. What will you build next payday?